What's up, y'all boys? This is your boy Evander, and this is Boosted Cartel. Alright, today we're going to be installing my CTS turbo short shifter that I got from ctsturbo.com. It was like $119 that I remember. I think it was $119. Free shipping. So if you guys want short shifter that's cheap, that you don't have to spend too much money on, I just suggest you go to CTS Turbo. All right, so let's go out to the car. So for this job, you really don't need much. You're gonna need a 3/8 set, maybe a flathead, yes, and a torque wrench. If you don't have one, I suggest you do get one, because the bolt, the nut on top of the shifter, you have to torque it down a specific way. If you torque it too much, you risk snapping the bolt that is twisting on. And then the only way to fix it is to replace the whole shaft in the transmission. You don't want to go through that. It's like $400. So please use a torque wrench. If you don't have one, go get one, or ask a friend for one. Before I go ahead and start taking things apart, first thing I want to show you is how the stock shifter is, how it travels. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. All right. It's not too long, but I want the distance to be a little shorter, so that's why I'm upgrading the shifter today. First things first, we're going to go in here with a flathead or a 1/4 inch set and loosen this clamp right here, so you can go ahead and take the cold air intake off. All right, guys, now that we got the cold air intake out, all right, next thing you want to do is remove this retaining clip on the shifting cable. You're gonna have to remove this one too. After we do that, we're gonna lock this down with the transmission locking mechanism right here, so then we can go ahead and go to work on this part and take this off. All right, guys, so I got the retaining clip off. What you're gonna do is tuck that away, put it somewhere safe so that it doesn't get damaged. Then we're gonna go ahead and pop this one off. Shouldn't be too hard, just reach in there and press against it, and it should come right off. Okay, guys, now that we got all that disconnected, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect, take off this nut right here. This is a 13mm nut. Yeah, so it's a 13mm nut. Just go ahead and take this off, and you should be able to take this off. Now, sometimes this does get dirt and stuff down in there between the splines, so it does become a little bit hard to take off, but don't worry, if you wiggle it, it should come right off. So we got the stock shifter off. All right, so these shifters can only go in one way. There's a little notch on them that tells you how to install them. So what you want to do is you want to match those notches up and then press it on. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to it, put that new shifter on, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so there is two little studs that you get with this kit. One is for Audi and one is for Volkswagen. The smaller one is going to be for Volkswagen, and the bigger one is going to be an Audi one. So we're going to go with this one right here on the left. And depending on how much of an adjustment you want, the inner one right here, the one over on the right, is the most reducing, and the one on the left is the least reducing. I'm going to go with the one on the left for now, just to see if I like it, and if I want to switch it, I will switch it to the one on the inner. All right, guys, so we're at the part where we're putting back on that locking nut. You do not want to torque this more than 25 Newton meters, because if you risk snapping that stud right there. If you snap that stud, there's a whole tower in here, like this whole thing that's going up and down. You have to replace it, and it's like $400, like I mentioned before earlier in the video. So let's get it snug. We're not gonna go too tight with it. All right, see, right there. Just rotated it. I didn't lock it. I think I broke my locking mechanism back when I was doing my transmission the first time. So what you want to do is get that back in neutral, and then we're gonna go ahead and lock it, tighten it down with my snap-on torque wrench. All right, so we got it locked down and torqued down. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put that retaining clip back on this shifter part right here. The shift bushing right here, and go ahead and get everything put back together, and then we're gonna check out the difference. All right, so I got everything back together now. So yeah, let's see the difference. Yeah, if you remember from the beginning of the video, the traveling distance was much farther than this. I'm gonna go ahead and drive it, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys a review of what I think. All in all, guys, I give this product a 10 out of 10 if you're looking for a way cheaper way to install a short shifter. From what I've heard, the Holy Shift kit is way better. The only difference is it is a little bit more work to install. You have to remove the center console here, and then lock the stick in place, and then you have to go and disconnect everything on the transmission, and then you have to readjust the shifting cables to make sure that they're stiff and not loose when you do the Holy Shift kit, because you're removing a lot more components to install it. But all in all, I give this product a 10 out of 10. Yeah, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think the next mod should be. Thank you for watching. You guys have a wonderful day.